remember. What else did we put on our shopping list?
What are you guys going to buy? Food?
Oh, what a mouth-watering smell. Paimon would know the aroma of biryani anywhere. Let's go get some. We can still add it to the list.
I mean, we have money, right? We have Mora.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Wasn't
Ooh.
expecting to see you here.
Hi, Dehya. Long time no see. I forgot what your name is.
Hello there.
Right,
Oh, it's been quite a while.
Dunyazard. I forgot. It has been a while.
Ah, so you two are still hanging out together. Dia, didn't you say last time that you were gonna head back to the desert?
Well, she came back.
I said I was going to resign from being her bodyguard, not that our friendship was over. We're still the best of friends.
Oh, you two are best friends.
The Homayanis also still post jobs from time to time. Their pay is always generous, so me and the other mercs never pass them up.
I told Dia to just stay at our place when she took one of
Wait,
those jobs a few days ago.
wait. So she's taking advantage of the fact that the Homayanis like her.
My parents were delighted. They even said that it always felt like we were missing someone whenever Dia wasn't around.
Nan, the Homayanis really think of Dea as family. That's really nice.
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always so welcoming.
When can we meet them?
Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so I was gonna head back to the brigade as soon as I finished a little shopping. But the master kept insisting, and I ended up staying for another day.
You can stay for as many days as you want, Dia. Father hasn't even gotten around to treating you to his best dishes yet.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady. Don't worry, though. There'll always be next time.
For being best friends, Dea still calls her my lady, not Dunyazard. She's used to it.
But she said they'll treat you to the best dishes. I can't believe you can still refuse that.
You're not the same. Dea's better than you. She's more disciplined.
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with you today, when you leave?
Bro, doesn't that sound like a bad idea?
There are so many places I still haven't visited yet.
Yep, especially when you were filled with Elazar ever since your childhood.
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, the desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Yep.
Oh, come on. Not this again. That's also what you said last time and the time before that.
I know, I'm sorry. Just give me some more time, and I promise I'll plan the best trip ever for you.
Bro, Dunyazard's going to snuck in.
Alright, fine. To be perfectly honest, it's not that I wanted to go, it's more like I feel like something is off about you lately.
Really?
Ever since you first set foot on the estate a few days ago, you've been acting anxious and even paranoid. Have you been delaying our trip because you've run into some kind of trouble?
Probably some personal type of shit.
Nah, are you kidding? You're worrying too much.
Nah, that does not sound like something that will come out of Dehia's mouth.
Would you swear on that? Friends shouldn't lie to each other, you know.
I
wouldn't
beg
pry
to
any
differ.
further if you're willing to swear on what you just said.
I beg to differ. Friends lie to each other loads of times.
But if something really is bothering you, then just tell me. You know I'll help you however I can.
Oh, looks like Junior's was onto something.
You're too perceptive, my lady. Seems I can't hide anything from you. I just thought that nothing good could come out of telling you about the messy happenings of mercenaries. Knowing too much only leads to more trouble. Mercenary life is a dog-eat-dog world where Mora reigns supreme. Everything operates on a completely different set of rules.
Bro, Dory's the king.
That doesn't change anything about what I just said, though. We're still friends, and I can only support you if I understand what's bothering you.
My lady, you're not gonna stop until you drag it out of me, are ya?
Pretty much, man.
All right, I'll share what I know. Let's go somewhere else first. This isn't exactly the best place for a discussion.
Wait, let's get some sticks of biryani first before Paimon goes berserk.
Okay, let's
Whoa.
talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention.
No walking needed. I mean, they walked, but I didn't.
As you may already know, the Eremites have both a lot of mercenaries and a complex organizational structure. Many mercs are no different than me, just going around looking for jobs to earn some mora.
I don't believe you. Not a lot of mercs are like you, Dehya.
My brigade is called the Blazing Beasts. We're not a large group, but every member is loyal and brave.
I mean, numbers isn't technically everything, you know.
However, not all Eremite brigades are like mine. Some are willing to cross all kinds of lines for the sake of mora. The most notorious is a faction known as Deshret's Relics.
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to.
King Deshret.
Yep, you got it. I've heard that you've already crossed paths with Ain al Akmar. They're one of the groups under the Relic's banner.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to sell us the Divine Knowledge Capsule? Yeah, they weren't friendly at all.
What?
Deshret's Relics is composed of many smaller brigades like Ain al Akmar. The Relic's headquarters
What?
issues orders to all brigades under his control.
Ain al is was small. Wasn't didn't the didn't I forgot what were they called? I'm just called the cops. Didn't the cops thought that Ain al was big?
On any other day, I would want nothing to do with them. Unfortunately, though, the brigade that's stirring up trouble now is none other than Dakan al Akmar.
Who that,
Dakan?
I think it means beard or something.
bruh?
Believe me, it's a really stupid name. I found it insufferable for years. Anyway, the real issue is that Dakan al Akmar is led by my father, Kusela.
Deya has a dad. I mean, that's obvious. Like, what is her 50% if not her father? Her dad's alive.
Say what now?
I think I'm starting to understand your anxiety now. But what did they do?
Attack Dory.
I won't go into details, my lady, but they've been involved in a lot of violent incidents. We're talking hundreds.
Bro, what the hell did your dad do?
Hundreds?
Yep, the scenes tend to be quite gruesome too. They strip the victims of all their valuables before murdering them.
What? Bro, that's like a goblin from that's like a violent goblin from those weird isekai movies or animes.
Not only have they targeted merchant caravans and ordinary citizens, but other mercenary brigades as well.
Bro,
That's beyond terrible. They won't even spare their own kind.
bro, they're gone. They're in for the Mora, man.
I don't know how Deshret's relic sees it. All I do know is that Dakan al Akmar has become more and more aggressive over the last few years.
Let's just kill them off. I mean, you don't care about your father anymore, right, Deya?
If I don't do something about them, then even my brigade or the people of Aru village could become their next target.
Bro,
I just wish I knew what's driven him to do this.
probably, I mean, it's not forbidden knowledge. That was erased by the fact that we did the story quest, but I'm guessing that it's either Mora or he still believes that Ayal Akmar was I know Ayal Akmar was the group that King Deshret is still alive.
Yeah. How can your father do such terrible things?
And his daughter is such a sweet, nice kid. I mean, a woman.
I don't know. People change. He's always been pretty pathetic. But at least in the past, there were still a few lines that he wouldn't cross.
Like murder.
That's setting the bar pretty low.
I mean, if he was even remotely decent, then why would I have to leave the brigade and cut all ties with him?
Oh, you were part of his brigade?
He was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of doing anything useful, he spent most of his time drinking and chasing after women.
Bro, was was Dehya an accident?
Of course, the other brigade members were just like him. Their ruckus would go on night after night.
Bro, they sound more like pirates than mercenaries, man.
Sounds like a nightmare.
What about your mother? Did she ever step in to stop them?
Bet his father killed her.
Unfortunately, I never knew my mother.
Bro, Dehya was an accident. That's bull.
Uh, oh, I'm sorry, Dia. I didn't know.
Bro, that's fine, man.
It's alright, my lady. That's pretty common in mercenary circles. Didn't I mention that my father was chasing after women? I was the result of one of those encounters with some random person.
Oh, God. Dehya was an accident. What in the actual hell? Bro, they phrased this to sound more appropriate. But in actual terms, this sentence is horrible and they're just trying to lighten the mood.
He told me that he wasn't sure who my mother was. And in any case, she never came to see me.
Bro, how did how did your dad get you?
He'd say, "You'll be fine as long as you remember to stick with Dad." But even then, he left most of the parenting to the brigade. The one thing I do remember is that he used to tell me stories. But the problem was that he had terrible taste. He only knew a few stories, and even those tended to be pretty stale.
Bro, what were those stories?
They were tales of desert warriors defeating dragons in the forest, or stories of mercenaries rescuing princesses from rebel armies.
Bro, that's bull comparing to what they do now.
Sounds like your typical fairy tales.
More or less, yeah. They were interesting maybe the first or second time around, but after about 20 repeats, they started to get a little dull.
They, did they not change the story?
He seemed to think those stories were the best things ever, though. He was so into them that he'd call the whole brigade over and make them perform the whole thing as a play.
Bro, your dad's a boomer.
Even the toys he gave me would all be story props. I'd get helmets, shields, and toy swords.
Not real swords?
It was only much later when I realized that the shows were more for him than they ever were for me.
Bro, your dad is a child.
What an interesting guy.
But doesn't sound like he had all bad intentions.
Yeah, I've always found him pretty childish, but that was something I could just shrug off. I had no reason to despise him. Until I grew up and learned the true face of Deshret's relics for myself. Looting, blackmail, violence, and fraud. They not only accepted such heinous acts, they would even openly boast about them.
Bro, that sort of means that Dehya has some sort of half sibling out there, right?
No one in the brigade was any kind of hero. Instead, my father and his cronies were more like the bad guys that needed to be taken down. Did they really think that as long as they didn't do any of that stuff right in front of me, I would never know?
I think I can understand your feelings. The difference between perception and reality must have hit hard.
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father and left that place behind for good.
How did you get out?
I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feelings I still have towards my father. I just want to protect those that are close to me.
Bro. Yeah, why did they just start causing more trouble?
Yeah, I told the boys to gather as much information as they could. Most of the reports concern violent incidents, but there's also some talk of smuggling.
Bro, is there cocaine in Tibet?
I see. But isn't this investigation incredibly dangerous?
Yeah, but it's pretty personal.
It is, but every mercenary lives life on the edge. It's a lifestyle that I enjoy.
Bro, Dehya, you're going to get yourself killed.
That may be true. but it'll be impossible for those who care about you not to worry.
Well, now you get why I didn't want to share any of this with you.
Yeah, it's your fault, Dunizard.
What should we do? They both have valid concerns.
Yeah, we need to help Dehya.
Huh? But there's no need for you to get caught up in this mess, too.
Bro, I want to learn your past.
Well, she's super tough, so if she went into the desert with you, then Paimon bets the problem will be solved in no time.
Bro, if Dunizard joins us, she's going to snap like a twig. She doesn't act technically look like someone who's strong. I mean, she's strong in her will, but not physically strong.
I'm inclined to agree. I'd feel a lot more at ease if you took her along to help.
You can count on me, man. Dunizard, don't sneak on us and join us by accident. On purpose, I mean.
I'll wait for news from you in the city until then. Please, stay safe.
Thank God you're not a dumbass.
I'm honored that you care so much for me, my lady. All right, then let's get moving. Our first stop will be Caravan Rebot, where we can catch up a bit with my fellow mercs.
I'm actually I actually want to see how many members does Dehya have. Wow, cool name, Lion's Blood. You're not gonna do anything dumb, right, Dunizard?
Please be careful. I'll stay in the city and wait for news from you.
Oh, thank God you're not dumb.
Just don't do anything reckless, alright?
Ha! I have eggs all day. Is that her member?
Hey, Dehya, you're back. Are these two friends of yours?
Best friends.
Likewise. There's no need to be so formal with us. We're a pretty casual crew.
I can see it in your eyes, man. You look casual as hell.
Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me fill you in on what the Khan al-Ahmar's been up to lately.
How did you know we were going to talk about the Khan al-Ahmar?
They've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now have become acceptable targets.
Ooh.
They even attack other relics brigades, just the same as any other mercenary brigade.
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own. But it sounds like they've thrown that straight to the wind.
That's right. Once they've collected enough loot off the other mercenaries, they sell it off to a different brigade, or turn to merchants on the black market. A portion of their profits is immediately exchanged for more food and weaponry to be used in their next violent operation.
Thank God guns aren't a thing. Never mind. The Fontaine trailer. That woman had a gun.
That's terrible.
Very terrible, man.
Yeah, and it really makes you wonder why they're so desperate for Mora.
I mean, they're probably broken, going cuckoo.
A few days ago, Isham and I trailed them for a while, and even disguised ourselves as merchants to conduct trade with them. We were able to learn a few things from the exchange.
Bro, that's so dangerous, man.
Rather than saying they're out to plunder and hoard Mora, it'd probably be more accurate to say that they're experiencing an internal power struggle.
So basically, in like a month or so, they're just going to explode internally.
Wait, a power struggle?
You heard me right. The vast majority of their victims are mercenaries from the other brigades of Deshret's relics. If their only goal was Mora, they could have gone after anybody. The targeted nature of their attacks points to a power struggle between the different brigades within the relics. That's the only plausible explanation we have.
So basically, they're dumbasses that don't know what to do now.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to find out anything more specific. It seems they're also trying to keep things under wraps. Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the past few years, as the Khan al-Ahmar became more and more active, Deshret's relics as a whole became a lot weaker.
I mean, that's our fault, right?
It sounds mighty strange to me too. Harun, you can leave the rest of the investigation to us.
Bro, sir, there's only 3 of us and 2 of us can fight? What the hell is this?
Gotta say though, I didn't expect you to go on a whole undercover mission during the few days I was gone. Sounds like you were really putting your necks on the line, no?
Bro, they're throwing themselves in a cage full of lions and actually got out.
Nah, it was nothing. We're just as concerned about the situation as you are. The Khan al Ahmar is your father's crew after all.
Oh, the Khan al Ahmar what is where Deya's father is. I thought it was Deshret's relic. I got confused.
What he said. Besides, Dia, haven't you done more dangerous things than all of us combined? What we did is nothing compared to your experiences.
Who who the are we talking to? Who the hell speaking?
Yeah,
Oh,
and while they went to talk with Dakan al Akmar, I took a look at the last camp they attacked.
what? Nothing left?
Any survivors of the attack were already long gone. There was nothing of value left in the camp.
They killed everyone? Bro, bleach your eyes. That you probably saw a lot of corpse.
Ah, Hisham and Khalaf. You're here too.
We rushed over as soon as we saw you come into Caravan Rebat. Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ears, I'm sensing a special vibe from her.
What the hell do you mean green behind the ears? Bro, I massacre hilichurl clamps for 10 primos a day.
Now that we know you'll have a capable partner with you, we can also rest easy.
Hey, what about Paimon? Feel anything special?
Other than your thirst for hunger and your time stopping powers.
Oh, you're also planning to tag along with them?
Yeah, but she ain't gonna fight, man. She's going to hide in her random disappearing portals thing.
Of course! Paimon is the traveler's most important guide. Wherever she goes, Paimon will follow.
Bro, Paimon's a dog that only wants food.
Oh, in that case, then you'd better take care of her too, Dia.
Whoa,
Don't underestimate Paimon!
bro, Paimon, you're correctly estimated, man.
Don't worry about her. She may look tiny and helpless, but she's been through just as many battles as the traveler here.
I don't believe you.
Even if she had only survived on sheer luck, then that alone would still make her quite formidable.
Paimon's face. Bro, Dehya, that does not sound like a defense for Paimon.
I had no idea. I guess I shouldn't judge by appearances.
True. What you waving your hands for, man?
Oh, one other thing, Dia. When you're free, why don't you update the deputy about your upcoming schedule? We held another recruitment event a few days ago, but everyone only came to see the Flame Main. You weren't around at the time, so people were pretty disappointed to only find our crew of rough, unkempt guys.
Bro, that's fine, buds. You guys look normal to me. You look like NPCs, but actually friends with Dehya. Actually, if Dehya actually has a title of Flame Main, does her father know? Is her father proud? That's the question.
The deputy put a lot of effort into the event, but it was basically for nothing. Only a few people chose to stay, and that really got to him.
Sorry to hear that. I'll be sure to bring him some great liquor next time. I left in a hurry and I couldn't make it back in time for the event.
Gotta admit, I can understand their disappointment, though. You're our brigade's main selling point, after all.
Bro.
Now, if only the deputy could figure out a way to bring a few more smoking hot members into our ranks.
Bro. You scum.
Keep dreaming. Remember the last time I invited a couple gals into the brigade? You all just froze up with your mouths gaping like a bunch of scarecrows.
Bro, that's fine. They sound like normal men. When the girls actually come to the party, they'll just scroll their calculator app and weather app.
The awkward silence and weird expressions left quite the impression on them. They were originally interested in joining us, but after that, they both told me they were too uncomfortable to stick around.
Bro, you guys screwed up.
Hey, didn't we agree to never bring that up again?
Bro, that sounds like your fault.
Huh? Wait, are you serious? Why have I never heard about this?
Oh, Khalaf, you're out of the circle.
I don't think you were part of the brigade yet.
Oh, you two screwed up.
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that and you weren't even gonna tell me?
Bro, Dehya, do that again. Give my man Caliph a chance.
All right. We can tell you about it later. Now's not the time.
Dehya, get Caliph some bitches.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham get your butts over here and tell me everything right now.
Bro, Caliph. Oh, you're not Caliph. Hisham, you screwed. Oh, damn.
Are they always like this?
Bro, they're brothers, man. Not by blood, but found family brothers, man. You can see it in their eyes.
More or less. There aren't many rules or graces when it comes to mercenaries. We're used to just speaking our minds. If someone starts getting under your skin, you
Oh,
just yell right back at them. And if that doesn't put an end to it, then you just challenge him to a fight.
bro. God, that was really funny, Jesus.
But we also don't tend to take many things
Ooh.
too seriously. Being direct and getting it all out of your system as
Oh,
soon as things come up is better than keeping everything bottled up, never talking about it.
bro. Bro, Hisham's going to get f***ed up.
That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. If I'm angry, then I'll unload on them. It's hard to stop once you get used to it. Though, I can never do that when I'm with the Homiyanis.
Pretty much, bro. You were their bodyguard before, right?
Hey, knuckleheads! Can you at least tell me the rest of the intel before you go back to your bickering?
Bro, Hisham's getting his ass beat.
Yeah, you hear her, Holloff? Told you we gotta focus on the investigation first. I drew up a map. Right here is the spot. There you'll find the merchant caravan responsible for getting rid of Dekhan al Akhmar's looted goods. All you gotta do is wait and ambush them in the evening. They'll have no idea what hit them.
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my regards to everyone else in the brigade as well.
Bro, Hisham, you got your ass beat, man.
Will do. You stay safe, Dia.
Thanks for your concern, Harun. Bro, they sound like fine gentlemen. You guys good.
Now, like I said, the two ladies Dia brought with her were also like super mercs. I'm talking same level as Flame Mane here.
Bro, you talking about strength or hotness?
Oh, you should have seen it. The aura of the two of them when they were standing together, it was incredible. I was just at a loss for words, that's all.
So that's what Dehya meant when you froze up.
Ah, so pathetic.
Shut up, Caliph.
Hey! Shut up!
Exactly. You have balls, Caliph, and Hisham didn't speak.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot to hide and bide our time.
Oh, I thought we were going to the desert.
It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another, so let's all be careful.
Bro, let's set up TNT on the ground.
No need to worry. She knows her way around a fight.
Yep.
I'm not worried about that. What I meant is that we probably shouldn't go too hard on the enemy. After all, we still need to get information out of them.
Ah, so you mean we should not kill them, but be Batman, go Batman, and break every single bone in their body and let them die from the medical bill in the hospital. I get you. Ah, bitch. Bro, how many hours did we stay here? We were here from morning.
Ah, here they come. You ready?
Bro, which one of them is your dad?
Let's not give them a chance to react and end this quickly.
Let's go. Are we going to use Dehya? Hey, it's not fit for my team, but let's go.
Huh? You're the Flame Mane.
Good. That saves me an introduction. All right, time for a little talk. Are you buddies with Dekhan al Akhmar now? Tell me, what are they after?
You know the code of being a mercenary just like everyone else. The first rule is to never divulge key information about our employer. What makes you think I'd talk?
I'll cut off your limbs, and if you won't talk, I'll cut open your heart.
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. What's your reputation worth if you won't have the other tools you need to succeed in this line of work? Tools like, I don't
Oh,
know, your limbs or eyes?
bro. I have a good I have a good mouth for being a mercenary.
You've got 5 seconds. You might want to think twice about how much your employer's information is worth to you.
Bro, just talk.
Whoa!
Bro, it's alright, Paimon. If she's not gonna do it, I am.
I'm not joking around. We can do this the easy way or the painful way.
For you, bitch.
2 seconds!
I'll save you the trouble.
Oh, did, did, did you stab yourself? Ooh,
Huh?
shit.
Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue.
Oof.
Quick, search the area for any first aid supplies.
Bro, that's crazy.
I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep, and he just passed out from the pain.
But why would he be so extreme?
Bro, the code of being a mercenary, never spoil your employers.
Uh, I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them.
Bro, Dehya, they're serious, man. Next time, just cut off their legs and make them talk.
I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
The intel's probably important as
Well, he's out cold for now. We could wait for him to wake up, but maybe it's not a good idea to interrogate him any further. What should we do?
such as pockets, probably an address or something.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It'll be a waste of time to interrogate him again after that. He might just hurt himself again if we start asking.
Bro,
There are lots of goods around here. Let's search the area. Maybe we'll be able to find something. I'm really sorry.
don't apologize, Dehya. Satar's your name, you bitch. Satar is not gravely injured and will probably wake up soon. It should be okay to leave him here for a little while. I hope a hilichurl comes. There are some weapons in the boxes as well as a bunch of medicine and bandages. It seems like Dakan Al-Ahmar is really up to no good. Bro, there are a lot of daily necessities like food and water in the boxes. It doesn't seem like there are anything noteworthy. Is there cocaine? Backpack.
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names on it. Maybe it's a record of something.
We can't find an address or something? That'd be easier.
Let me take a look. If this really is a merchant caravan, they should have a record of their transactions. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti.
Bro, do you know them?
All familiar names.
Damn.
Dakana Lakmar has been trading for a hefty supply of food, weapons, and medicine. It seems that in the past, they used to receive some canned knowledge as well.
Bro, didn't that discontinued or something?
This caravan is just one link in their logistics chain. Once in the rainforest, the caravan will exchange the looted goods for Mora, and the funds will then be passed to a specific person. That person will then pack the caravan full of necessary goods, which will then be brought right back to Dakana Lakmar. Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
Bro, they probably hid the value.
No value?
Yeah, every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered.
Actually, I want to ask, is there some sort of like a penny, a nickel version of a mora, or is a mora is just one singular thing?
Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about profit margins at all?
Bro, they just want violence and destruction.
Anyway, the next part's the records of the goods themselves. There are a lot of entries. Everything was probably sourced from the rainforest. Huh?
What?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Oh, shit.
Homoyani? You mean Dunyarzad's family?
Bro, is Dunizard's dad or brother in it? Because that name sounds like a name of a male.
Uh, could it just be another family with the same last name?
Doubt it.
I'd be surprised to find someone with the exact same first and last name.
Ooh.
Shazamon Homayani is Dunyarzad's father, and the head of the Homayani family.
Oh, shit. I hope Dunizard doesn't spill shit to his father, to her father.
Just what the heck is going on here?
Bro, calm down. Chill, chill, chill.
I'm sorry, you're right. I'll consider what we found and not jump to conclusions just yet. But what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
Bro, I bet Dakana Lakmar was threatening the Humayani.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark and don't know they've been trading with Dakan Akhmar?
That's a possibility.
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, why is this caravan specifically named Shazamon as their person of contact? They could have just as easily bought goods such as food and medicine directly from Caravan Rebat or Port Ormos.
Bro, this is bad.
Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from the sale of the loot.
But why would he do something like this? It's not like the Homayanis are in need of money.
Doesn't mean they're greedy.
I honestly have no idea.
Bro,
I've been to their estate many times, and I've never noticed anything suspicious. The only potentially large expenditure I could think of would be the treatment costs for Dunyarzad's Elazar. Maybe they borrowed a lot of Mora in the past,
ooh.
but that's still just a speculation. I don't think the master would stoop so low to make Mora.
Bro. Yeah, it doesn't sound like Dunyazard knows anything either.
You're probably right. I know my lady's personality, and she wouldn't deliberately keep something like this from us.
Yeah. Knowing Dunyazard, she'd probably being tripping balls right now from all the guilt.
But what should we do now? All we found is just another mystery.
Bro, this is bad.
If you ask me, we already have no choice but to confront her about this.
Confront who?
I'm not worried. It's too early to make a verdict yet. I still have faith in the Homayanis.
Bro, I hope the Humayanis were innocent.
Let's go find my lady again. We'll tell her everything and see if she's willing to lend us her support. If we're lucky, we can not only figure out the mystery of this paper, but also follow the trail of breadcrumbs to the people responsible at Dakan al-Akmar.
Dehya, are you sure this is the best decision? What if instead of getting the help we need, we just end up revealing everything we've discovered to the enemy?
I've considered that possibility. But even still, I want to tell her what we found. I think I owe her that much. True friendship is built on trust.
Bro, the female true friendship and the male true friendship is absolutely different.
She showed genuine concern for me when we first brought up the topic. I can't repay her kindness with doubt and suspicion. That's not how I deal with people.
You're right. Paimon wants to trust Dunyarzad too.
Bro, I hope she's not in on this.
Yeah. Let's pay another visit to Sumeru City.
Bro, the walking is annoying. Bro, Donizard, your dad's f***ed up.
We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have run into any trouble then. Well, how did it go? What did you come up with?
Your dad's a bastard.
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just that we've discovered something strange.
I see. The clues you found have led you back here, in the city?
Bro, it did not lead us back to the city. It led us back to you.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, I just noticed. Is this mascara in her eyes? I mean, not in her eyes, but on her eyes?
You all look a little dispirited. Whatever you found must not have been very encouraging after all.
Not at all.
Why don't you discuss it with me? Maybe I'll be able to say something to cheer you up?
Bro, Dunizard, you're going to be depressed when we tell it.
It's okay, my lady. It's not so much about me being upset with my father or anything like that. How should I put this?
Dad's a bastard.
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet.
I mean, Paimon's uncharacteristically quiet. I'm characteristically I'm characteristically quiet.
On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, Dunyarzad, we're back!
Not wrong, but you didn't do the voice.
So tell me, what happened?
Your dad's a bastard.
Well,
Your dad's a bastard.
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
Your dad.
The Master? You mean my father?
He's a bastard.
Okay, I understand. Don't worry about me. I'll listen as attentively as I can.
Your dad's a bastard.
My father has been supplying goods to Dakan al-Akmar?
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you.
Your dad's a bastard.
I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever support an infamous brigade like them. Maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
Bro, that's too much.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
huh? You mean you feel the same way, Dunyarzad?
Thank you for sharing all this information with me.
Don't go telling your dad.
Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been harboring for quite a while.
So you knew something.
In the past, I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me so that I wouldn't run away and get lost.
Sounds like your fault.
However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go out of his way to hire Dehya?
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beasts.
Is that your group?
Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so I just signed on.
Sounds right.
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it. Why did my father specifically reach out to the Blazing Beasts?
Bro, it was just a reason to talk to Dehya's father.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much thought.
Oh. Was it because that Denuzard's father knew that that Dehya was on Blazing Beast?
I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of this was a coincidence.
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts of the story that don't actually make any sense. If my father had always been in contact with Dakan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dehya into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dehya to be your bodyguard?
Why?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
Doesn't mean he can't manipulate it, man.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
Your dad's a bastard.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Ooh.
Sorry we put all this on you so suddenly, Dunyarzad.
I mean, it's bound to happen.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually be thanking you. Regardless of his reasons, if my father has truly been funding a violent group of mercenaries, then it's my duty to bring him back to reason.
But is that really the right thing to do?
I mean, it's either Denizar's going to get killed or Denizar's father going to accept. There's a lot of fathers in this story. Who's Lumine's father?
My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him.
Death.
I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same.
Death.
However, the Homiyani family has treated me with nothing but generosity and kindness.
Death.
If we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homiyani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all these years.
Bro,
Dehya.
that's sad.
It's alright, Dia. If anyone were to ask, you could always just say that I'm the one who instructed you to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, like, what would Denizard's father do to her? Like, what would he do to his daughter? I mean, it's not like disowning's not going to be a thing, right?
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Pretty much, you're more vulnerable than I do.
Hey, it's still too early to give up hope. What was the thing about friendship again?
True. I forgot to talk. True friendship is built on trust.
Right, yeah, trust! You said that yourself, Dehya. Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up before we've confirmed all the facts.
Bro.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. I guess I should always remember the trust that I've placed in people. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat with us?
Ooh, we're going to see Danizard's father.
Sure thing. I also hope he'll be able to give us a logical explanation. Let's meet at the usual place then.
Where's that? Venti's hands?
Usual place? Ah, right.
Where? The Grand Bazaar? I mean, that's an odd place to get a rich guy on.
Thank
How-
you for coming, sir.
How is this place the usual place? And you look more of an NPC than Danizard.
Please allow me to introduce these two.
Nice beard.
This is the Traveler, and next to her is her travel companion, Paimon.
Ah, yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. It's a privilege to finally meet them in person.
Your dad's a bastard.
But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the important matter you wish to discuss with me today?
You're a bastard.
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious about.
Ooh.
So, that's what you found. Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much longer.
Bro, all of the dads have bags under their eyes, bro. Even in Baiju's quest, Ayu's father had bags.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an explanation.
If not, I'll slit your throat.
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing.
You are.
What I do know, though, Dehya, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything, it will likely cause you a great amount of anguish.
Wait, me?
Bro, what's this story?
Yes, I understand perfectly why you came to see me, and I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price,
True.
and sometimes, as they say, ignorance is bliss.
True.
Your father, Kusela, and I both believed that.
Bro, were you guys like childhood best friends or something?
Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but I must warn you.
This is going to f your shit up.
The facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind.
Bro.
If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
Bro, was all of this? Yeah, bro. Dehia's life has been secretly manipulated by Kusela.
His heartfelt efforts. I'm sorry, sir, but I'm not sure I follow. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support.
Bro, he did it in secret.
I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world, as well as people and causes that I've chosen to cherish and fight for. None of these things have anything to do with him. I came here today to support you as the head of the Homiyani family. No warning will change my stance on that.
Bro.
I understand. Then let me tell you a little story. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, we were attacked by bandits. They had superior numbers and quickly overpowered our bodyguards. When all seemed lost, a group of passerby Eremites lent us their support. Those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites?
Bro, they killed him?
Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really? I never knew.
That makes sense. You were a baby, man.
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age.
Bro, you're the same age.
We started talking about our children, and I sensed that he was a devoted father. To repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't
What?
recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door.
That's what Dehia's father looked like? To be honest, I thought he would be like that buff guy. You know, the buff NPC? But no. You're an NPC.
The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of himself. He couldn't even walk anymore without his cane.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house.
I mean, she should at least have a friend, right?
But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, it never hurts to be safe. How do you know a bodyguard won't come in handy one day? I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing
Oh,
Beasts, and in particular, a mercenary named Dehya.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
So he was the one who recommended Dia to you.
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks.
Oh god. So Kusela made sure that Dehya wouldn't get corrupted.
He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dehya could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
But her previous life got to her first.
And that's why you offered her such generous compensation?
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dehya as my own daughter.
You're not a bastard, man. I am sorry. You're a nice dude.
And that's also why I tried to persuade you to stay when you asked for permission to leave. I was willing to spend however much it took.
Bro,
Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's oh so smart and self-righteous.
bro, Dehya, just appreciate what your father just did.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dia's fees. I refused to take any Mora from him, but he'd always send me funds anyway. Eventually, I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until I received another letter from him a few years ago.
Bro, is your dad still alive?
The letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and even explosive materials.
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Takano Akhmar started becoming more aggressive?
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss things.
Bro, that'd be difficult, especially when rumors, nasty rumors are about.
But by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to
Bro.
put Dia at risk.
Bro.
That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry.
Bro.
I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea for help. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just chose a solution that made me feel least guilty about myself.
Bro, Shazamai, don't worry, man.
If you can, please tell me where he is now.
In the desert.
None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his world. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Oof, bro, Dehya, you shouldn't say shit like that, man. That's just depressing.
Oh no. Dia, please don't feel that way.
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his actions.
You know, you say you're angry, but your voice doesn't seem like you're angry. In my life, I would know people are angry when they start shouting. Maybe there's another way. Probably.
Another way? I don't know. I knew him, and he was nothing more than a childish brute. I can't understand what's going through his head.
Probably dementia.
But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for these last few years.
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting involved any further with him.
Bro, that's the best choice, man.
However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in
What?
the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30.
What? Jawed? Jawed? Bro, you should just replace this A to an E. Oh no, but that'd be called Jod.
He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dakan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela's whereabouts. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe you'll be able to find him there.
Wow.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Then I guess this is bye for now, unless...
I'll stay and be with my father here. To be honest, I'm still a little dazed and haven't finished processing everything quite yet.
Aren't you slow?
My father has indeed done something wrong, but if I think about it, I'm also not sure if there was a right way to handle this problem. I feel like our only course of action is to turn everything we know over to the Corps of 30 and let them render judgment.
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to face my mistakes.
Bro, I hope Shazaman doesn't get prison time or jail time. That's probably the same thing. Are you Jahwed? Nice beard.
Huh? Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up to. Smuggling weapons to violent brigades in the desert while working for the Corps? Pretty bold, if you ask me.
Shh! Keep your voice down. How do you know all that?
Because of your smug ass mustache.
Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private.
With the booze. Give me the booze. Where are we going?
This place should do.
What?
Alright, back to my question. How did you all know about me?
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait, there's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
Tell us where Kusela is and we'll not give you jail time.
So what's in it for you anyway, Mora?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I weighed it in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down. I wouldn't only be helping my benefactor, but I could also make some quick mora.
Don't you say benefactor to me. That word cursed. That word brought some PTSD, not gonna lie.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dekhan al-Akmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operations. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of more from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary is after something other than money.
Bro,
All right, sheesh. But you gotta promise you'll put in some nice words for me later.
I'll put some really nice words. Like, probably innocent.
They're always on the move. Here's the spot they were at the last time I made my delivery to the desert. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Alright.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice words from us.
Oof.
Hey, come on. Now you're just being unreasonable.
Jawed actually has a point. Dehia's actually being unreasonable at this point.
Really? And how do I know you're not leading us straight into a trap? Don't forget, you're the one with no bargaining chips.
All right, I get it. Why don't you go take a look, and if they're not there anymore, I'll try to figure out something else for y'all.
Figure out something good or I'll kill you.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you, try to stick around the city until we get back. You don't want us to call the folks from the Corps and have them drag you back to the city.
Oh man, I feel bad for Jawed. You good, man?
Don't worry. I'm not going anywhere.
I hope this doesn't make you depressed. I'll give you like 10 mora to buy some booze. He became sad again.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead.
Bro,
Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves.
let's beat them up.
I'm here to see Kusela.
Bro, I
Tell
ain't
him to
using...
get out here.
I ain't using Dehya, bro. They even took all
Why are you
the energy all the way down.
Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also here to stop us?
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Shut up, Bashar. It wasn't you to talk.
She's so strong.
Good shit.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to take things too far. Just bring Kusela to me. There's no use hiding him anymore.
He's dead. He's dead, isn't he?
Did you understand a single word I just said? Or do I need to bash your skull in some more?
Oh god, wait. Is he dead? If he is, no wonder they gone more aggressive.
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second.
Idrisi, shut the up.
Dia, the boss can't come out and see you anymore.
He's dead, 6 feet under.
He died a long time ago.
God damn, I knew it.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die? What happened to him?
Seems like Dehya seems to be concerned.
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's relics headquarters by himself.
Bro, he got ambushed.
So is that when you guys started acting up?
Oh god, I knew it.
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Jesus Christ, it was all for revenge, bro. God damn. Go watch some Vinland Saga.
Let me start from the beginning. Dia, do you know how the head of the relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable authority?
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal. They called it a person's record.
Oh god. Kusela knew about these records and then he just took Dehya out of the loop to protect her, I'm guessing.
Regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced, every person in Deshret's relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters. Whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit, the records served both as a symbol of loyalty and the perfect material for blackmail.
Oh god.
That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dia and ended up joining our ranks.
Bro, is this quest going to go on further and we're just going to do a 2-hour quest again?
But you, Dia, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a requirement.
Bro, that's good. Your dad did a good job.
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly to headquarters. But in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beaten up as a result.
Jesus Christ.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to get you out of this world, no matter what it took.
Bro.
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk without a cane.
Bro, they broke his legs.
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Jesus Christ, no matter. No goddamn wonder. Dehya only saw his dad as a childish brute. Jesus Christ, he was acting to hide the pain. Oh my god. Bro, I was wrong. Dehya's father is not a bastard. He's actually a good father.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his hair went gray.
Bro, all the stress got to him.
So, even the blazing beasts were...
Or what?
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the desert.
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more.
Oh shit.
His words made no sense to me, but that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Oh shit.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks, but from the other brigades as well. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us who knew exactly what had happened.
The boss can't have just died for nothing. Those heartless jerks at headquarters took him from us.
From that point on, the sole purpose of Dakan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that boss started was quite a blow to headquarters' strength. It's given us the opportunity to launch our attack. Even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end.
You guys are good guys. Ooh.
There were people from headquarters who changed their names and went into hiding. Some fled to other brigades, and others escaped to the rainforest.
Did some of them went to Canada or Mexico or something? Because they'd be hidden for ages.
But we won't let any of them escape our wrath. They'll all pay for what they've done.
We've suffered plenty of losses as well. To keep going, we need an enormous amount of supplies, from food and medicine to weaponry and explosives.
Oh god, did you guys use... Jesus Christ, did you guys use Kusaila's... What's his name? Kusaila's name to get shit from the Homeyani?
All we can do is exchange our loot from Mora, and then use that to get supplies. We forged Boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to our aid. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable pain to win many impossible battles. Deshret's relics have become weaker and weaker, and now we finally have an opportunity to directly strike their headquarters.
Dehya, we should join them, not gonna lie.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
Good. You'll dampen the mood. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I'm not gonna say this. Responding to violence with more of pain. Yeah. Both of these are bad. But you know, one's worse than the other, so I'm gonna pick the least.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. We do not deserve the freedom that the boss won for us with his life. Boss always loved his old-fashioned hero stories. Those tales about sacrificing yourself to save the world. We used to always laugh at him for it. But in the end, he really went and lived those stories out himself. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe those hero stories he liked foreshadowed everything that was to come. The spirit of the hero touched all those he had saved, and more people joined his cause. Maybe we were all just acting along with the play in the beginning. But as we acted the parts and recited the lines, we were drawn in. And now, we want to see the story through to the end. I'm sorry, Dehya. I know you always found us insufferable ever since you were young. Just think of this as a madman ranting.
I'll go with you.
Let's go.
Huh? Dehya? You wanna go with them?
I want to go with them too, Paimon. This sounds like awesome shit.
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so bad that it's difficult to tell good from evil.
Bro, both of these sides is evil, but one is just a worst evil, so let's just help the least evil to win over the worst evil.
All I know is that Deshret's relics must be destroyed. Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I want to know if my father is still there.
No shit. He's not going to be there, man. He burned. If he survived, only his cane will be there.
I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this on my own.
Bro, I'm on your side, Dehya.
Yeah. Paimon feels like we'd only regret it if we don't see this through to the end.
Pretty much.
Thank you. We'll be a lot stronger together with you.
Yep.
I bet Boss would lose his mind if he ever knew you'd join us at the very last moment like this.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down someone as powerful as you.
Bro, I have money. Let's go.
He can think whatever he wants,
In hell.
but the fact is, I owe him this much.
To be honest, I thought Dehya would have a much bigger reaction. Where are you dudes?
I guess it all comes down to this.
You sound very familiar. Like God, never mind.
What a bummer. I just had to get injured now, right before the final fight. Be sure to punch one of them for me, huh?
Bro. Bro, promised, receive. You good? You good, man? You good? You seems like I can talk to you. Never mind. We must go.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here.
Should be. I don't think they have enough manpower left to post guards and defend their perimeters.
Actually, knowing that this is going to be a final battle, I want to use Dehya. But this team sucks for Dehya. So I'm going to change for a bit. This is probably better. I don't know. I don't know how Dehya works.
Wow. Paimon didn't expect it to look like this on the inside.
They should all be holed up in here. Don't know how many people they've got left, though.
Bro.
Who cares? We'll round up all of them.
And kill them one by one.
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yes, I've been through many of these situations.
Yeah, we'll know what they're really capable of once we've landed some hits on them. Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing now.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance with you here. I'll take the lead. I've been here once before.
Oh, yo, dude! This is nice.
Right here. Happy to oblige.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
I hope no one dies. That sounded odd.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any traps!
That's mercenaries for you. Oops, they're dead.
Hey, you guys okay?
They're dead.
It seems like we just got trapped in here.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Oh shit! No, 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 no.
Now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to fight our way through.
Don't worry about us. We knew something like this could happen. Go and take a look around. There could still be another way through.
Bro.
Let's go! We can't let the boss down!
Let's check if there's another way! The sooner we can make it through to help them, the better.
What's that?
Let's see.
What's that behind Paimon?
I think I see a way through over there, but it's being blocked by something. Let's try our luck with that mechanism.
Okay, let's go!
Bro, let's hurry this shit up. Bro, we're here. Oh god, where are they? There's a chest?
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the other side. But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks defying all expectations.
Don't waste your breath. You have nowhere to run.
Run. Had I wanted to run, I would have fled 1,000 times already. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could leave this place behind, all that awaits me now are endless days of humiliation and ruin. Even now, my brothers and I still believe in one thing. The greatest should never live to remember their fall.
So you want to go out in a blaze of glory?
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them the true power King Deshret bestowed upon his followers.
Bro, didn't King Deshret's shit got denied?
They are but two. while we hold within ourselves the entirety of the relic's glory.
Bro, we aren't two, we're a million. You.
Wave 1, charge! Eliminate them!
Ooh, waves! This is new.
You asked for it.
What happened?
The commander has finally fallen.
But they're still coming at us!
Don't care.
This place is like a gladiator's ring. They just keep coming no matter how many we beat!
They're limited. We're not. We have eggs.
Yes, keep fighting! There's no need to fear, and no need to back down! This is our last stand!
Who the hell do you think you are having that dumbass voice?
When the next wave comes, try to draw away their attacks. I'm going to see if I can take out that high platform.
What?
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! Ugh, so they've broken through the front as well.
Apologies, Lord Michal. They fight like absolute madmen. No matter how much we throw at them, they just keep coming for more.
They have eggs too. He's dead. Oh shit.
So, it would seem like this is the end.
Time to pay for everything you've done, Michel.
You think I would give you that opportunity? I will be buried in the sand alongside all the rest of our fading glory.
Don't run,
Hey,
you bitch.
wait!
What?
We were too late.
It's over. There's no more need to fight. But if you're still going to cling on to your so-called mercenary's pride, then I'll give you all a good beating as well.
Hey, Dehya! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Wait. There's a thing.
Let's go.
Where are they? Where are those pussies?
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always pestering us?
You call yourself a member of the infamous Deshret's relics and you still can't even tell who's made it all the way to your headquarters?
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats may have? We try to catch a couple, and you all just show up on the other side instead. How are we supposed to figure out what you're after?
Hey, have you ever heard of a man by the name of Kusela?
Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge or anything.
This is your last chance to talk.
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. I'm telling the truth. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records yourselves? Who can remember every name and face with so many people coming in and out every day?
The irony. His life became a light for so many, yet to others, it wasn't even worth remembering. Where's the records room? Answer me!
Burned?
It's right over there. All the files are in there. You can go through them as much as you want. It's not like any of them still matter anyway.
I mean the old records room.
The old records room? You mean, the one that got burned down? Kusela. Ah, yeah, I remember him now. The guy who could hardly walk. Watch your mouth. That's our boss you're talking about. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him to take a dump, he'd already gotten away and started a fire in the records room.
He escaped!
He couldn't have possibly outrun us if he wasn't a fraud. And after that, Deshret's relics fell into complete disarray.
Stop wasting our time. Every one of us here is perfectly aware of what he had done. Tell me, where is the old records room?
It's just over there. Go see it for yourself if it means that much to you.
Shut up, Shakaboot.
There's nothing left in there but ashes. No human could ever survive that kind of inferno. Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. We'll leave the others here to guard these guys. Spare them no mercy if they try anything.
If they breathe, kill them. If they move, kill them. If they're alive, kill them. Let's see if this place actually looks burnt. Nope. This shit doesn't look... Oh wait, never mind. It's this place. It does not look burnt. Nuh-uh.
So, this was his final destination.
Don't know. Maybe he's alive.
How did he do it? Getting past all the guards with a limp and sneaking in here to start a fire? If he was nimble enough to do that, then he must have been able to get out of here after starting the fire, right?
Bro, seeing his face like that makes me feel terrible. I don't know why. It's so sincere.
He,
I'm sorry. I know it's just wishful thinking. Let's look around. Maybe we can find something that's been left behind.
Bro, I bet we can find the cane. Oh god.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dia's father used.
Kusela.
I mean, his corpse is not around.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow find that cane after that fire.
But where is his corpse? Jesus Christ. Was the fire inside the cane? Was this a secret lighter or something? And he just brought some oil?
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
Is it his corpse?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Him?
Huh? Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon
Oh,
is
God.
no more, for Princess Dehya has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity
Jesus
to us
Christ,
all.
she looks
Dehya,
adorable.
come on, this is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dehya, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
Mm-hmm.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad.
Jesus Christ, he is dead. Oof. The whole story was shared on the Core of Theory, which finally joined the investigation of the name of Resorting Order. The members of Deshret's relics were brought to justice, and the members of the Khan al-Akmar turned themselves into the authorities. The cane that once belonged to Kosela was given to Dehya as part of her inheritance. Dehya was completely silent on the way back to Sumeru. I mean, not gonna lie, Dehya's mom probably had something that gave Dehya those cat-like ears. Jesus Christ. Her hair was like that even as a child.
What's this?
Ah, feast, all in Paimon's tab. She has money, right?
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow with loads of money.
We had money?
And Paimon said that she would get boatloads of tasty snacks. You looked super confused at the time, but said it was an adorable thing to say.
I mean, it is adorable. Paimon has a big stomach, probably has 3 of them.
These opportunities don't come by often. So today, Paimon's gonna treat you to a special crash course on Paimon's life philosophy.
Wait, actually, Paimon, why did you buy this? Didn't you? You don't like this, right? If I remember, you don't like this, right? Paimon has an allowance?
Hey, come on! Paimon's not that stingy.
You stopped. You are stingy.
Anyway, the point is that you should eat to your heart's content. You'll feel better for sure once you've gotten something in your tummy.
This. Is this a shawarma? Is this a shawarma or a taco? I don't know.
Dunyarzad will also be here shortly. She's already heard that we're back.
Bro, you're the one Paimon paid.
Aw, thanks, you two. Honestly, this is very unlike me. I just had a lot on my mind on our way back, so I didn't know what to say. My chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotions. They just shook me even more than all the feelings we've shared during our previous adventures. But when everything came to an end, those emotions also vanished without a trace, and I was left feeling more empty than ever before.
Wait, so Dehya was not an accident? I'm confused.
It was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me.
Ah, yeah, a lot of things happen in a fast rate.
Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important thing in the world. But perhaps to us, it's the most worthless thing of all. Idrisi and the others all used to say that they would quit if there was no Mora to be had. But when it came to avenging my father, there was no Mora to be made anywhere.
I mean, technically, they got a lot of loot from Deshret, that Deshret relic.
My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Am I any different?
Bro, Dehya, you're lucky to have a good father like him.
Despite all my promises about never forgiving him and never trying to understand him, I still went to such lengths to find out the truth and nearly even shed tears for his sake.
I mean, thank God you didn't, because your mascara will probably fall off.
We're hypocrites. All of us.
I mean, every human is some sort of hypocrite in their own way. You should never question your true feelings, though. That's questionable.
Yeah, you're right. It's just a pity that we often only recognize our true feelings after it's already too late.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
I mean, Dehya got a lot of her mind. Paimon lost a lot of her allowance, and I got nothing to say.
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Many people from the Corps of 30 came over, and I just wrapped up everything with my dad. All I can do now is wait for their verdict. Huh? Dia, you're looking quite down again.
Should we tell her?
Paimon will explain. A lot happened while we were gone.
Once Paimon finishes telling the story, then Nizar begins. Oh God.
I'm sorry. I really should have controlled my emotions better. I just...
You just couldn't handle it. You ain't no man like Dehya.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry like this.
Dia, your pain must be even worse. You shouldn't need to comfort me.
Yeah, it should be the opposite. Then Nizar, you need to comfort Dehya.
Hey, don't worry about me. If anything, this whole thing has finally shown me the difference between illusion and reality. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to a new environment. That thought has even crossed my mind a few times. It's like saying, what's wrong with adapting to a new life? However, there was always something deep within my mind that refused to accept it. This impulse brought me great turmoil, and even made me feel ashamed for turning my back on your father's kindness. But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert sands are a part of who I am, and I will never be able to lead a peaceful existence.
We never asked who your mother is, didn't we?
I understand how you feel.
Dehia's mother probably had wicked hair.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd jobs. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become a character in his play. Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous, it won't really matter.
Isn't that neat, though? Oh, you'll be a whole new kind of mercenary, one that's not out for Mora. Why don't we go for a change of scenery once we finish eating? What about stopping by the Grand Bazaar again?
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along too.
It's always more fun when everyone's together. Yup, the more the merrier.
I can't thank you enough for taking care of me this entire time.
We shook our heads. Why? Bro, it's not done? Go to the Grand Bazaar to clear your head? Why my head? Shouldn't it be like Dehia's head? Oh, I forgot to change my party.
Oh, this rug here is quite something. The craftsmanship is exquisite, and the fabric is also of high quality.
Not gonna lie, if I ever come across a good rug, probably not gonna buy it because I'm probably gonna spill some shit on it and break it for some reason.
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Did did you break your tooth or something? Oh right, you bit your tongue. You're Satar, you bit your tongue.
Hey, aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? You can still talk?
I mean, he didn't bit it off. Probably can talk well.
Wait, are you here to take revenge on us?
Probably not. This is a public space.
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this.
Good for you, man.
Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence.
You suck.
But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to last for much longer. I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the Corps could get their hands on it.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge anyone for it.
At least finish your sentence before leaving. Starting to leave. What's in the box?
So
Is it
this
an address?
box contains everything that Dia's father left behind. Huh. It feels lighter than expected.
Is it an address?
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any Mora was spend it on things like drinks and meat.
Not gonna lie, sounds good, except for the drinks, I'd rather have milk.
But let's see what's inside.
I hope it's an address. Or your mother.
What's this? It's just a bunch of junk. Ugh, it kinda stinks.
Perhaps it's just been left unopened for too long.
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed, and it looks like it's about to fall apart. It was against the Academia's rules to possess books for personal use. If he was going to break that rule, he could have at least copied something useful.
I hope it's an address.
That probably means this was really important to him.
Ah, and here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell was coming from.
Did he get those for you?
Probably.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Even when I was a child, I was never a fan of these kinds of snacks. He'd always say that he got them for me, but in the end, he always ate more than I ever did.
At least he didn't wasted it, right?
Who even leaves snacks in a box like this, anyway? Isn't that just common sense?
Your dad probably thought he could get it. 'Cause he was a kid. 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 'C more earlier than he thought.
Forget it. Let me see what else is in here.
I hope it's an address to your mom or your dad.
A razor, some buttons, some round iron tiles, a wooden toy puppet, a wool scarf, which from the looks of it probably belonged to a woman, and a hair clip?
Ooh.
Why are these things here?
Bro, Dehya, is that your mother?
I'm suddenly feeling a little scared.
I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just the kind of man he was. He probably saw this box as some kind of personal trash heap and dumped any and everything in there. One, no, two empty liquor bottles. Tell me, you guys, are these the kinds of things that a normal person would leave behind?
He's an interesting man. Plus, for all of what Dehya said and Paimon still calls it light, did you not even carry it? Did it just look light for us and you just said it is light?
Huh? There's something in the bottle!
Is it an address?
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't smudge. I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle.
Bruh.
I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. If I end up forgetting about it, it won't really matter.
Bro, a drunk guy wrote this.
To Dehya. It's a letter for me?
Don't need to read it out loud, but I want you to read it out loud.
It's all right. I'll just read it out. If he went to the trouble of writing a letter, there must have been some important things that he wanted to say. Or at least record down.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days left. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. And regardless of whether you were crying or laughing, everyone enjoyed having you in the group. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Bro, don't blame Idris.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger at himself.
Bro.
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that I was never your father to begin with.
What the hell? What the hell? Bro, this feels like Yukong's story quest again. What the hell?
Wait, what?
Surely, he must be joking, right?
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. With just a teeny tiny bit of effort, I felt I could rule over the entire desert. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day and discovered a baby in the sands. It was you. You were just lying there, small and helpless. You were so tiny that if the wind blew for just a little while longer, you would have been buried forever.
Bro, I never even thought of the chance Dehya being adopted.
But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. Now that I think of it, you really were a bundle of energy.
Sounds like he's serious.
I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I really had no other choice. I was their most esteemed leader, after all. It's not like I could just tell them that I suddenly wanted to play at being a father. At this rate, I'll puke up all the liquor I just drank from this bottle.
Bro, did he really just write his heart out and just decided to do this? Bro, Dehya's going to cry, finally.
Anyway, Dehya, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of.
as far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
Bro, that's sad.
That's the end of the letter. In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Jesus Christ, your dad's a good father.
I suppose, or I would have suffocated under the sand a long time ago.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't change that.
Yeah, it's just a pity that we had to learn the truth of everything like this.
Do you already have some ideas about the decision that he wanted you to make?
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me.
Oh shit!
I just have one wish. To tell them a story.
Your story.
That there once existed a childish and foolish jerk with a heart of gold.
Ah.
And that only under his care was I able to grow and mature into the person I am today.
Oh shit.
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us?
Yep.
We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some information for you.
Not because we're nosy. It's because we're curious. That's all.
Sure, I appreciate it. I wasn't expecting you to be so enthusiastic.
Bro, this is a mystery. I've never read Sherlock Holmes, but either way, the shit's good. I like mysteries. Damn.
I'll help too.
You have many connections. You're a Homayani. You have connections. Yep.
Thank you. All of you. Thank you so much.
Not gonna lie, if DNA tests were a thing, this shit'd be easy. But our only clue is people that has hair like Dehya, you know? Black and gold. That's a thing. With cat ears.
My life has certainly had its twists and turns, but I've always considered myself lucky. Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded by incredible kindness.
Is this the end? Oh, God. Oh my god. This feels like Yukong's quest. Get out of here, Primos. This feels like Yukong's quest. Jesus Christ. This is bull.